Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So you know the deal now, we are going to go and check the Master Archaeologist at one of the dig sites in Runescape 3. So the dig site we're going to do today is the Orthen dig site, officially the highest level dig site currently available, and I'm hoping this should have an effect on the loot we get. Over the past couple of videos looking at all the different dig sites, I have noticed a drastic drop in the amount of binding contracts we've got since we did our first video at the Bandos Warforged dig site. Now, Orthen is higher level requirements than the Bandos one, so I'm hoping that should reflect in some of the loot, and hopefully we'll get some more binding contracts, which means we'll make some more GP per hour. But before we get started, if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure to hit a like on the video. Let me know in the comments of any videos you want me to do in the future. We are trying to do a action-packed December for you guys. So if you've got any suggestions of content you want to see, make sure to comment them down below. If you are enjoying the videos, again, keep liking the video, subscribing as well. It really does help me to be seen by more and more people. And the channel really is reaping the rewards for you guys liking and subbing on the videos as well. Now, in terms of going, we're going to rock up the same setup we've done for all of the invos now. We're going to reset our XP counter. We have banked all of our GP as well. And we're going to go and test what the XP and GP is like at the Orthen dig site. Now, in terms of pure cash and the XP, it's been very similar throughout all the dig sites. No real changes, because I don't get caught for the 2 hours. So everything seems to be the same in that point of view. It's where the prices are for the materials which you can get, the texture compass drop rates, as well as the artifacts as well. That has been noticeably different between some of the sets, so let's see how Orthen does in terms of that. In terms of items, I am taking 2 yak pouches and yak scrolls, and that is simply just to bank any extra texture compasses or archaeology items. The spot where you go and feed professors is a little bit of a run, so I don't really want to be banking. I want to be making sure I'm using my aura for the full max time, so that's why we take a yak to go and bank anything. So texture compasses and artifacts is what we normally bank. Restore just to make sure I've got a little bit of summon energy, and a Slayer Massacre because we're going to teleport to Lanika and then run forward. Invo, what we've got, again, Master Camouflage outfit. It's absolutely working. You get an XP buff and also a buff to stuns and pickpockets as well. We have the thieving cape because that's going to note any drops we get. Not sure if you need the thieving cape, but I'd take the thieving cape anyway just because of that. Now, the mushroomy pickpocketing bag, which I haven't actually perked. I didn't realize I've not perked it, but there's some very good perks, which I'm going to cover when we do a little bit of the 7-day bond stuff. He's currently doing thieving for his wrapping paper, but he needs to make some serious upgrades, so that should come a little bit later on. Now, let me know in the comments if you want me to talk through how I'm going to improve 7-day bond's thieving setup from start to finish in like a separate episode, or if you just want me to include it in his wrapping paper progress as well, because at the minute, all he's really got, if we can examine it, is just Black Ibis and just the base bottom sets. Yes, he's got the thieving aura, but in terms of other stuff to prevent him getting caught, he hasn't really got anything. So if you want me to do an episode where I go through getting all this stuff to hopefully increase his chance of not getting caught pickpocketing, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to make that in a sort of singular episode of just a bit of an adventure. Now, there will be quests and stuff involved, so if you want it, you're going to have to let me know in the comments, because if not, I'm not going to do the quests. But anyway, same sort of setup as always. Sticky Finger Relic activated, because that's how we're going to pickpocket 50% quicker. We do lose 33% of the XP, but because we're pickpocketing quicker, we will sort of balance out the XP. We just get more loot. So in terms of where the ritual site is we need to go to, it is marked on the map here, the Moksha ritual site. I've just teleported here to Lanika, and we're going to run all the way around and go and grab it there. So hopefully not too far of a run. There's loads of different ways to get there as well. You might even have the teleportation device sorted. I'm just going to check that as well. With the Orthen dig site, because the dig sites are so far off, they do have the Orthen teleportation device. If you've done that mystery and you have access to it, you might be able to teleport in. I'm just going to check. I probably haven't. We shall have a look. Let's go fast travel. I have. I've done it. Who knew? So if you do have that, that is an option. So here we are in terms of the dig site. It's marked on the map, the Moksha ritual site. And then we'll have some archaeologists. There we go. The professor is there. So what we're going to go and do before we get started, I'm going to go and activate the aura. I'm actually generally interested on how we do with this one. I'm hoping it's significantly better, but we shall see. And again, I really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm trying to sort of split them up a little bit, just so we can like have some other stuff on the channel as well. I know that thieving, by the time this video is out, probably would have been out for a week or two, so I don't want to be like hashing so much of it. I just want to spread it out and just give you guys some videos to watch. But if you are enjoying, please let me know in the comments, because it makes my day. But what we're going to go and do now, 2 hours of thieving, everything is reset, we are ready to go. In terms of what this drops, this is very similar to the Demonheim set. It's going to be that like felt, dragon metal, all that kind of stuff as well. So it'll be really interesting to compare this one to the Demonheim one when we finally get there as well. But Gonna go and do some thieving now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I'll report back later on with the loot, the XP, and how we do in terms of GP as well. So here we go. 20 seconds left on the aura till we've now completed the Archeology Digsite. Now, I don't think I've banked a lot of items, but we'll go back to the Grand Exchange just to check as well. But as you can see, the binding contracts still very low. I don't know if they've nerfed it or changed the rate since I did the Bandos video. I know they did a big nerf to start with, but that was before I started to record the archaeologist. So really interested to see that these have gone down. In terms of artifacts, I think that's what I've banked more than tetra compasses. I don't think we've really got many tetras. And there we go. The first time we've been caught is when the aura runs out. So if we go really quickly to the bank, we can get this wrapped up nice and quick for you guys as well. Now, I really had high hopes for this one. I thought the orthen Digsite would really be the one which stood out, but I guess not. We're still pretty much around the same way. In terms of like the tetra compass pieces, I think maybe we got a full one over an hour. We didn't get a lot, so maybe a full one if that. In terms of the other stuff as well, so the artifacts, we got just one more, so we got a total of 7. 7 artifacts is, yes, about right. It seems to have like a range between 7 and 10, so that's not bad. And with the orphan ones as well, you will get a little bit more XP because normally they're at the higher side. They do have a slightly lower tier of artifacts, but most of the ones we've got have been the high stuff. In terms of the XP, 2.7 mil, maybe a little bit higher than some of the rest of them. That's not too bad. And then we've also walking out with 2.6 mil, which again is going to be the ballpark figure. I think that for the archaeologists especially, you're going to have a range of XPs and GPs per hour. But normally for the cash side, it's going to be between 2.4, 2.7 mil. The XP per hour is going to roughly be 1.2 to 1.4 mil again. Certain things will change depending on what you've got in, like what RNG decides to throw at you. But let's withdraw this cash. Let's go and add it all up and let's see how much GP we're going to make from it. 65 binding contracts is a little rough. If we're going to go off our normal price of 80k each, that's going to bring in roughly about 5.2 mil. So we'll keep that in mind for the price check a little bit later on. So let's throw the cash in, the chronotes, a very smaller collection of items. So as you can see, the items we've got are a higher quantity, but also means as well we don't have a lot of the lower tier stuff. The only real like lower level stuff is going to be the gold rune, the orphan glass, and the soapstone, even though soapstone is quite a high level. But these are the items which are received from every Digsite. So hopefully between these 4 items we have a bit of a bump up in cash. So felt is 3.7, maybe not. Carbon black, orgone, and then dragon metal as well was going to come in. Dragon metal has been hit so hard. I remember when I was doing can't remember if it was a video for a sash brush or maybe it was screening soil, but dragon metal was so much more expensive. Same with orgone as well, but we're going to pull in a total of 5.3 mil. I think we worked out it's going to be roughly 5.2 mil for the binding contracts. So we're going to still make like 5.2 mil per hour. We're still going to get really good XP. It's still a really solid Digsite. But this is definitely one of those Digsites where, as opposed to Zami, Bandos, and Sorrow, which I think will be the solid options because you've got the people buying tetra compasses for those sets. This set can go a little bit missed off unless you're getting people camping the sash brush where they will need material to then turn their artifacts into XP, but also to tetra compasses. I think that the main 3 of Sara, Bandos, and Zami are really where the profit are going to be. And are going to be by the end of this series where I recommend you guys to go because they're just going to be such better options because people will focus on those sets a lot more. Whereas Orphan, Armadillo, and to a point, the Zara sets are just a bit too different. They don't reward well enough. Especially with archaeology nowadays, people can concentrate on one real set and keep all their items, and also research teams to one set just so they can keep the materials. And I just don't think Orphan's one. I just don't think Orphan is one of those which people will camp a lot. But again, it's still highlighting that from 108 thieving, providing you've got the right setup as well, it can be very hard AFK, and you're still going to make 5 mil an hour. 5 mil an hour is still incredible cash for something I've not really paid attention to. I've been sat doing some project work for the past 2 hours with 7-day bond as well, thieving, and I have not had to pay attention to either of them. They've just been sat there thieving away. Admittedly, the main account has made significantly more money, but it just shows you now that thieving really is one of those skills. If you work a job, if you can work from home, if you can play while doing other stuff as well, thieving is the best skill for you to do alongside that with mining and archaeology as well. Those are the top 3 elite AFK skills. I don't know why we've ended up talking about that on this video, but that's going to wrap up this video, and we've only really got now 2 more Digsites left. We've got Zami and Demonheim, which should hopefully finish everything up, and then we're all done in terms of this series. It's been a nice little project. Obviously, all these items are stacking up. I can throw it in my material storage, and it's been a nice little project to go and do as well, because my thieving XP is flying. I think I've just shown you really quickly, we're nearly 155 mil thieving, and the way I'm going and the way and the amount of videos I've got to edit, I can see myself getting 200 mil thieving before the end of the year, which would have completely come from nowhere for us to throw in like a 90 mil thieving XP time just from AFKing and making videos as well. But it really has been that good, and these archaeology buffs are piling up as well. So at some point, I imagine I will go and camp the sagebrush. I will go and camp something for archaeology. And even on 200 mil, it's one of the best ways to AFK. I can just sell the materials afterwards, and all these will have a use at some point. But yeah, some decent items in terms of the XP for the artifacts. That will rack up as well. I'm just destroying them because I don't have the bank space and stuff. But it's been decent, to be fair. So we're going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys are enjoying. Again, only 2 more left to do before we finish all the pickpocketing. If you want me to go and do things like stalls or something else, please let me know. Or if you want me to finish thieving and move on to some other money makers, let's look at some other skills. Let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to go whichever way you guys want me to do. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.